What's going on, Parksiders? This is Sean.
Hey, Jim.
And Jim. And we are going to do, as briefly as possible, speak through and clarify much of the Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. And we're going to start down the tiles as we're on the big stage and they call us out and we're accepting the applause. We're waiting for the pitch. And we'd like to update this move to our first position. We just want it to be a lot more deliberate.
Right, so the spot that we're at here, if you recall, we're in a very anxious spot. Maybe we've been just hanging out, waiting for this person to walk in the door, thinking over and over again about what we're going to say to them when they finally arrive. And now they're here. And we've got a lot of stuff to say to them. So we're just getting physically ready to do that.
Right. So what used to be was this. We moved into this thing and we just got to this position. That's just not going to cut it anymore. We want you to really think about, as you move in, even sort of a shake of the head, a prep move down, up, in, and then you get to that spot and you're all right at the focal point. We're all looking right at her. We're accepting the applause. Thanks so much. We hear the pitch and we'll head in. Is there anyone around who cannot see? It's the well-known runaround you're giving me. And that's the first hit we want to talk about, is that cringe, that spike on it's the is that first move. We should see the whole chorus just go, ooh, that hurt, right? So we'll see that anyone around who cannot see, it's the well-known run around, and then that unified move on you're giving me. From here, we go immediately to the first major switch of the song is to a defensive position on I suppose you'll tell me I'm all raw hong. So make sure that we go from almost an accusation sort of from the beginning to an immediate I suppose you'll tell me I'm all raw hong. And we're asking you to finish not just down from her, but down and away. I suppose you'll tell me I'm all raw hong, down and away, no matter where you are, then head up on. Am I wrong? It's a bitter pill to take. So we're going to have that freeze. It's all about the head up. Am I wrong? On the back half of wrong, you'll hear the leads pick up on their pick, and then we're going to grow through. The body's going to relax out, and we're going to come into that next section where harmony parts have oohs, leads have words. It's a bitter pill to take coming from you. And we've decided leads especially, we're going to go a little bit more back to her so that we can have the switch on, though I've made a big mistake, and then what can I do? So a little bit more bitter and a little bit more at her. It's a bitter pill to take coming from you, though I've made a big mistake. What can I do? Straight across. Not this.
Not this.
But really that check into the mirror, that gut check in. I don't know what makes me string along. I just string along. Again, not only down, but down and away. No matter what side of the chorus you're on, don't simply go down to rock bottom. Go down and away from her. So we have somewhere to grow on. Darling, look at me. The string along is getting to this almost manic, frustrated red zone. So allow yourself to go there. That's got to be big. I don't know what makes me string along. I just string along. And then bass pick. Oh, dar. And I want to clarify, basses don't look up on oh, dar. We're all down. Oh, dar, all together. Ling, look at me. So make sure you're back to her in time to have that compressed, emotional look at, oh, dar, har, only head, and look at me. Hey, body, can't you see that? I don't want you, but I hate to lose you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. Yeah? So you immediately get that switch from baby, can't you see that? Bam! I don't want you. Not interested. Don't want you. but I hate to lose you. You've got me in between. Again, basses, you have a pick on you've got me. You don't come up on you've got me. We do the slow burn together. You've got me in between. So there's two clarifications for you basses on that. You're feeling good about those hard stops. Soft, slow burn, inner monologue, whoa, crazy, manic, you've got me in between. That defines a lot of the emotional switches we have in the song. From watching the video from last Monday, we're feeling we just need more defined switches. Oh, darling, look at me. Baby, can't you see that? I don't want you, but I hate to lose you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. Yeah. One move on that used to be devil and the deep blue sea. Yeah. We now want that to be more emotional, more subtle. It's just going to be devil and the deep blue sea. Yeah. Very subtle, very emotional, very, I'm just giving up. Carry out. Downbeat of the next one is where we flip them. We go, I forgive you. We've been going, I forgive you. We feel that we need to go to her on this. I forgive you, so that we can go to just can't forget you, right? So we inverted the softs and the hards, but we want to make sure we go to her on that second pass on I forgive you, just can't forget you. Baby, you got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. Oh, you see the immediate switch between the devil and the deep blue sea. That first one is devil and the deep blue sea. The next one is baby, you got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. Oh, and now we're into that bridge with the fourth switch. I ought to cross you off my list, but when you come a knocking at my door, fate seems to give my heart a switch, and I come running back for more and more. So let's define those four. We found that we were going away too soon on the first one. So it's not, I ought to cross you off my list, but it's going to be, I ought to cross you off my list. So take a little bit more of a slow burn out and down to that hard stop. And then the second one's the consideration. This is not going to be, but then you come knocking at my door. It's much more of a slow burn. It's going to be, but then you come knocking at my door. There still can be some body, but it's got to be slow burn consideration. The third one is the burn, and you give my heart a twist, and I come running back for more and more. We have to be tight, wound up, crazy to release that full back. Baby, you got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. Oh, I ought to cross you off my list, but when you come knocking at my door, fate seems to give my heart a twist, and I come running back for more and more, and I should hate you. That's right into a hard stop again, but that's going to be almost delivered through the teeth. I should hate you, but I guess I love you, 'cause you've got me in between. We found that those switches, just as in the bridge, we're really, hopefully you can see us really popping those switches. There's a term that David McEachran's used a lot, and they're beats. We want to enhance those beats. Hopefully you see those, and then the boom, and then the boom. I should hate you, but I guess I love you, 'cause you've got me in between the devil and the deep blue. I'm here between the devil and the deep blue sea, darling, you know. We found that that line is delivered 2 times between the devil and the deep blue sea. The first one's out. 'Cause you've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. I'm here, almost more inner monologue, between the devil and the deep blue sea, darling, you know. So we're really starting to internalize the meter. We're aware of the bass pick that takes us into that blowing off some steam, and the switch is very, very clear on that. Don't worry about really be more just emotionally loose. We want the whole chorus to just blow off steam. That's always been the point of it. Non-bass trio, we slide down and we hit our spot and we stay on her. We stay on the focal point. While we're sliding down, the basses, we found most of the basses were just standing there, breathing and coming back in. We actually want you to go into almost like your opening pose in the song and getting that vocal track situated and getting ready for Lordy, it's the darndest thing that I've ever seen. Darling, you know, oh darling, I really don't want you, but you know I can't live without you. You've got me right in between the devil and the deep blue sea. Lordy, it's the darndest thing that I'd ever seen. How did I get here? How can this be? Babe, make sure everyone's going back to her on, babe, you've got me right in between.
Just make sure you're plugging into your partners there.
Oh yeah, and we actually found, I told him, I said, hey, every time I go to Jordan on the first one, I go to Jay on the second one. He said he goes to Mike Bagley on the first one, he goes to Ed on the second one. So define that, find your partners on those, allow that to be a part of the song where we connect, and then right back to her. Ah, and we want to make sure we end up down. Why? Because we go, well, I ought to cross you off of my list, but when you come a knocking here at my door, fate seems to give my heart a twist, and you watch me coming, running right back for more and more. And we're finding much more, rather than a perfect slide down that musical moment, was just when we hit that final frame, emotionally drag yourself, drop yourself into that, rather than a more. You'll find that we want that to be much more emotional and loose and like that. I ought to cross you off of my list, but when you come a knocking here at my door, fate seems to give my heart a twist. Then you watch me coming, running right back for more. They're not going to run. Yeah, they are. More and more. Forgive you. Just can't forget you. You got me in between. Darndest situation I've ever seen, baby.
So what we're doing is we're bringing it in. We're not freezing, but it's more of like a very slow, darndest situation I've ever seen. And then it's an explosion outward on baby, directly to her. Baby,
darndest situation I've ever seen, baby. I'm in between the devil and the deep blue sea. We found that obviously leads will be pretty emotionally invested on that lead. And the deep blue, we want the harmony trio to be just as invested, very connected, strong emotional climax as we're releasing off and down and before we start to recede back to our spot. And the deep blue sea between the devil. Not until then will we release up and out. Many of us were going, and the deep blue sea. Let's stay on, and the deep blue sea between the devil. And that's when we'll start to. So just stay there just a moment longer before we find those individual times to up, back, recede down. Very mindful of the meter, very mindful of the lyric, very mindful of the struggle between devil, sea. We don't necessarily want to see this and that, but we want to see you considering the two options over and over again. Almost a little subtle manic issue happening with the struggle back and forth. When you get to your final position, be very mindful, vocal track, you're up, down, and then when we get to devil and the deep blue sea, no matter where you end, when you hear the applause, starting now, slight shift. Great job, guys. Just to recap, though, be very familiar with when you've got the hard stops and enhance those beats. Those beats have been smoothed out slightly over the past couple months. So the switches are cool, but the switches are enhanced by making those strong beats back and forth. From the hard stops to the slow burn consideration to the final, you've got me. A little bit of crazy manic nutso person that this woman has made us. So great work, guys. Keep up the awesome personal preparation, and we'll see you next time.